Jon Jones and Israel Adesanya seem to be going back and forth quite a bit. I like this rivalry. We need this between the divisions. And Jon Jones needs it too. He needs a big name fight. I'll be honest with you, because if you're beating everyone else in your division, you got to look to other divisions for other names. Because no one wants to see the same repeated fights over and over again. We know you can beat these guys. Let's see someone else thrown in the mix. You know? Israel Adesanya versus Jon Jones. Before Adesanya fought Whittaker, before Gastelum, they were talking about Adesanya versus Jones. After Gastelum, they talked about it a bit more. And back then, I feel like everyone's kind of opinion was, what a joke. As if Adesanya could ever stand a chance against Jones. But after the Whittaker fight, although it wasn't the best Whittaker and that discussion's been being had, Adesanya just smoked Whittaker. Okay? That's the you can make all the excuses for Whittaker you want. That name's on Adesanya's record, and he KO'd him. And it was one of his easier fights. That's reality. So all the excuses you can make for Whittaker, it happened, you know? And that'll go down in history. After he beat Whittaker, the conversation between him and Jones just got a little bit more interesting, okay? Because before I was kind of like, this is a joke. Jones is too big for him. Oh wait, they're the same height? Okay. That's interesting. I kept thinking Jones was too big for him, but they're the same exact height. Obviously, Jones is a bit thicker, but Adesanya can put that weight on. Even if he's not going to put a lot of that weight on, he can still... He's not exactly out-dimensioned by Jon Jones like the rest of the division. Even the light heavyweight division. No one's as big as Jon Jones that he's fought recently. They're always a little bit smaller. Adesanya's going to have a long reach. He's going to be a tall guy. He's hard to keep down. I'm going with Jones. But it's way more interesting now we've seen Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. Before that fight, it was kind of like a joke. Like, oh yeah, they're going to fight each other. Sure, Israel Adesanya's going to. I feel like if Adesanya can get past Costa, and Jones can get past whoever the fuck he's going to fight, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with Jon Jones, if I'm honest with you guys, at all. Whatever he's doing, I don't know. There's literally no contender, no clear-cut contender for him, and Stipe and DC are having a rematch. So, I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably just going to sit around for a bit. I don't mind that, to be honest. Let the division marinate a bit. But Israel Adesanya, if he can beat Costa, and then call out Jonathan Jones, that'll be a big one. That'll be a huge fight. A really huge fight. I'd like to see that. I think Jon Jones would destroy him. But I think it's way more interesting now. And if Jon Jones sits out, or if Jon Jones fights again and maybe doesn't look too dominant, Israel Adesanya, let me put it to you this way. If Israel Adesanya fights again, and let's say he destroys Paulo Costa, he probably won't destroy Paulo Costa, but I think he'll beat Paulo Costa. If he beats him and then calls out a Jones fight, we're only, remember, like, there's so much recency bias. Whoever fought last is the best. So if he beats Paulo Costa, after he beat Whittaker, the interest between him and Jones went up dramatically. If he destroys Costa, or even just beats him impressively, the interest's going to go up again, and that fight's going to happen. It's not like Jones keeps calling Adesanya a kid, and Adesanya's like saying that Jones is the older guy and all this, but I mean, they're 2 years. Adesanya, you're not a kid, you're 30. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's a young kid coming up. He's new to the scene, but he's been doing this for a very long time. I feel like that's a confusion. Like, Whittaker's younger than him. Everyone was seeing Whittaker as the veteran. Adesanya's had more overall fights, and he's older. So, you know, it's just one of them things, I guess. It's weird. I'd love to see it now. I feel like Jones would out-wrestle him. I feel like the only reason... Listen, tall guys are hard to keep down in any weight class. They're notably hard to keep down. They got long legs, dangerous guards. They're just this fucking little spider in their divisions. If you're tall for your division, you're notoriously hard to take down. Okay? That's just how it's always seemed to go. But I feel like Jones would eliminate that. Being the same size as Adesanya, he's going to be bigger. I feel like also the time off would be good for Jones. Adesanya's been very active recently. I feel like Jones kind of, when he fights over and over and over again, he kind of wears himself down a little bit. And I feel like that's what we've seen. You know, because his fights have become less and less impressive. But when he comes back after a while off, like 6 months or so, he comes back like looking to fuck some guy up. So I'd go with Jones, but I'm interested. I'm more interested than I was last week. And that's a fact. And I'll be more interested if Israel Adesanya destroys Costa. Listen, I think Israel could even win on the feet. Jones, obviously, has like a 10 centimeter reach advantage, which is fucking ridiculous because that's just unfair. That is literally unfair and that shouldn't be allowed. You know, literally, if we're banning TRT, what are we going to do about Jones's arms? Because that's not fair. We're trying to have a level playing field. It's not level. Okay, he's got literally 10 centimeters on anyone. Adesanya has 10 centimeters on people, reach-wise. Okay? And Jones is outdoing him. That's not fair. I won't stand for it anymore. And Ngannou's a heavyweight with long fucking arms. Jones has a longer reach than him. That is just fucking unfair. And I'm done. Whatever. They should just shave his knuckles down. Or just reduce that. Whatever. I'm just off track now. Israel Adesanya would be an interesting fight. Very interesting. I feel like Izzy could do some shit on the feet as well. But on the floor, listen, man. If Jones is pinning down fucking Gustafson's big ass and pounding his head in, you're damn sure Israel Adesanya is going to get taken down and his head pounded in. And that's a fact. If Jones wants to, which also worries me here, because I think Izzy could beat him if they start talking shit and Jones wants to have a little ego prover and stands on the feet and trades with Izzy. That would be dangerous for him. Very dangerous. Because Izzy is no joke on the feet. And even though he hasn't got massive power, he catches you right in the right spot. You don't have to have immense power. He's like 200 pounds come fight night. It doesn't matter if he has good power or not. Any 200 pound person that tags you on the fucking chin is going to KO you. So all this talk about pillow hands, it not makes sense. It not make no sense. I feel like Jones would beat him though. But if he does get into that sort of, I wouldn't be surprised if Jones went out there and just tried to play with Izzy on the feet and sort him out and dust him up and hurt him rather than look like a bitch and take him down and avoid the stand-up. I feel like Izzy could win then. But other than that, Jones is Jones. So he's about 43 picograms better than Izzy anyway. Click that button there. I'll see you later. Goodbye. But click that there though, because it's really nice. It's really nice when people do that, to be honest with you. I like it. Thank you very much.